Hey guys, this is Odd here, bringing you a deck profile and card analysis for Sinbuster, along with our good friend Twice.
Hi.
So, to start this off, I have instead of the Metalborg starter, I have a Grade 3 Searcher as my starter. This is because I actually run the Break Ride in this deck, because honestly, a turn where your opponent essentially can't guard 2 guaranteed damage is kind of absurd.
The fact that, on the break ride turn, with Sinbuster's skill, your opponent literally cannot put down perfect guards, just ensures that, or a quintet wall for that matter, either they're using grade zeros from their hand and just depleting their guard, or they're taking 2 damage.
At the very least.
Yeah, and then if you have, Commander Laurel out there, it might as well be game at that point.
Yeah. But, so going into triggers, I currently at least run 12 criticals. Now, I was running the stands before, but upon some realization about how Sinbuster worked, I decided to take those out and add in another 4 crits, and of course 4 heal, because honestly, every deck should run 4 heal.
At least.
Well, every competitive deck, rather.
Yeah.
There's some fun decks you can run that, like in Aquaforce, where you can run just 16 stands.
Because
that's a card.
Mass production silly, yeah. But the 12 crit, in this deck, it is not hard to build the numbers to where your opponent has to guard with exclusively grade zeros. So the 12 crit just add to the pressure that Sinbuster already has, and makes it even more destructive. So yeah.
So yeah, that's why I run those. Now there's 2 Commander Laurels, because honestly, you don't want a lot of Commander Laurels because you don't want to have more than one of him on rear guard if you have the chance. Run 4 perfect guards because I quite honestly don't really like quintet walls. And if I have to quintet wall, chances are I'm not getting the cards I need to just outright kill my opponent with Sinbuster.
Yeah.
Now I run 4 Black Doctors. We'll get into this a bit more in the card analysis part of this video, because this is a really good card with Sinbuster, and of course 2 Mist Ghosts, because again it's another really good card. Now this is actually the only card in this deck that requires me to have any type of Metalborg in it, which is just a Metalborg Vanguard, so it's a 12k swing.
Yeah.
Then I run 4 Urbuster because, Sinbuster, plus it has an amazing effect.
It really does.
And 3 Russell Blizzard, because power is always good.
And he has a cool name.
And because, yeah, that too. Yeah, 6,000 power for your Vanguard is amazing. Now, for grade 3s, I of course run 4 perfect guards, which I'm sure you saw before.
4 break rides, you mean?
Yeah, 4 break rides. My bad.
I think it's perfect guards.
I think I did.
Okay.
But continuing 2 Dryon just to have more grade 3s because break ride. And it is honestly far inferior to Sinbuster. It's not bad, but by comparison, there is actually no comparison.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then 4 Sinbuster. Now
let's talk to them about the ruling, I guess.
First, let's actually go to the card analysis deck I've set up. Just while we're on it, if there's any of these decks you want me to go over, Prism River is my old Bermuda Triangle deck. Then say so in the comments, and I will attempt to do so. But continuing on to the actual card analysis deck I made. I added in cards based on their importance. The less cards there are, the more important they are. Just essentially the number of cards shows their importance on a scale of 1 to 4. Yeah. So Sinbuster, Daikaiser, and Black Doctor are all ranked 1. Now Sinbuster, of course, because Sinbuster. The Break Ride, because it immediately gives you his effect plus an extra crit, plus the guard retiring. And Black Doctor, because of a certain ruling, or rather not ruling, but the wording on his effect. that when this unit attacks a Vanguard, if it's in Legion and it's over 30,000 power, they can't call grade 1 or graders. This means Black Doctor alone, being a 10k booster, will give him this effect.
Every turn.
Just every turn.
Every turn.
And of course, then when you hit, you'll draw a card because Sin Buster.
And if you are looking for an official ruling on this, I realize that there could be a lot of controversy on this. Go to the wiki page. If you look under Sin Buster's tips or something like that, it says
actually
trivia. Yeah, it says that he is one of the first units to have this when he attacks rather than when his power is.
Because if we actually go look at, like, for example, Die Hard here, it says at the beginning of your attack step if its power is 13,000 or greater.
Yeah.
So since this says just when this unit attacks, the booster takes effect as well.
Yeah, so Black Doctor's extra power boost will be taken into account. So every turn, if you're in Legion and you have Black Doctor boosting, you're going to get that 30,000 criteria.
Yep.
So your opponent will only be able to ever guard with grade 0s against Sin Buster, which makes him one of the best, if not the best, Legion that there is.
Now going on to the rank 2 cards, I have Uru Buster and Commander Laurel. Commander Laurel, because if you hit, you restand your Vanguard, and if they can't guard your attack, well, that's just pretty much game.
Yeah, you also get to draw more.
You also get to draw at least once each time if you hit.
Yeah. On a turn where you're able to use Laurel with Sin Buster, you can get 5 cards in hand.
Yeah. Honestly, the best field you could possibly have would be Sin Buster and, of course, Uru Buster as your Vanguard. On a break red turn with Black Doctor behind it, Laurel, and any combination of other cards, preferably 2 Russell Blizzards and a Mist Ghost, just to give as much power as possible.
Yeah,
or an Uru Buster in place of one of those Russell Blizzards to give it even more power and retire.
You want to build up as much power in the center column as possible because you don't have to clear perfect guards because of Sin Buster. So if your opponent just does not have enough guard, then they're done because they're taking a lot of damage.
Yeah. So these two, Mist Ghost and Russell Blizzard, are rank 3 because they just give you power. They don't give you enough to give you the effect, but they give you extra power for if you do get the effect. Or rather, with their effect alone. If you have any booster and you play one of these two and use their effect, you have the effect.
Yeah.
Even Commander Laurel with his 4,000 attack.
And that's saying something.
Yeah. And next at rank 4 is the stand trigger because again, it has its uses, but because of the way it's worded with Black Doctor boosting, this isn't as necessary as I originally thought it was, but it is still helpful if you want to have it.
I think Sin Buster, honestly, with his secondary skill when he hits you draw, he kind of eliminates the need for draws. So the 12 crit rather is a little bit more justified, not only for pressure but because you have the draw engine in your Legion anyway. So yeah. You don't really need the stand trigger or the draw. The crits will do fine. And, yeah.
So once again, to reiterate, I'm actually going to back out here and go into the test to just get the cards to show you.
Your hybrid Dimension Police and Nova Grappler deck.
Oh yeah, right. I probably should have loaded the correct deck first.
Because you had, what is it? You had to put in 50 cards in order to
yep.
save the deck.
In order to get the deck how I wanted. So yep. Let's just pull out however many cards. Let's do
all them razors though.
Where those cards go? I know you're here somewhere.
I will be doing a Legion deck profile of the razors. Not too long from now, hopefully. I'm still kind of testing the deck. I want to see if I like the build, because there's a lot of things you can do with the razors, but the build that I got from someone else, I've been testing it, and I think it runs pretty efficiently.
Where is this other Uru Buster? There.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so this is basically the best field you can get. with the way I have my deck set up, at least. Like, of course, this, like, just consider this a break ride turn, and you just play Duru Buster and Russell Blizzard and Mist Ghost. So that right there is, let's see, 8, 12, 18, an extra 18,000.
Yeah.
And with this having an extra 4,000 because it's a 10k booster. So you're swinging for 48, well 58 because of the break ride.
Crit 2.
Crit 2, and they can't use perfect guards or quintet rolls or anything that's not a grade 0. Well, they can use interceptors, but still.
And because this is 58, it doesn't matter if they're on 11k or 13k Vanguard, they're going to need, let's see, what is that, 45 in guard? No, 58, that would, no, they would need,
they would 50. Need 50 to guard.
They need 50k in grade 0s to guard this attack.
If I drive check a grade, then that's not even counting any triggers or grade 3s. Because grade 3s on a break ride turn are essentially equal to 10,000 power.
Yeah, because you can retire one of their guardians.
Yep.
So,
and then if I do hit, boom, Commander Laurel.
Yeah,
everything's restood. Well, not this, but... And then I'm swinging for 48 again.
Yeah, and even if they manage to guard the your first Vanguard attack, if you go through, it's game, because there's no way they're going to be able to guard
they wouldn't be able... Well, if they guard the first attack, Commander Laurel doesn't take effect.
Well, I mean, I'm saying, like, if they try
to guard it, yeah.
Yeah. There you go. It's just... It's such a good strategy because of the fact that your opponent can't use perfect guards, and it's so easy to amass power with the Metalborgs. It's unbeatable. I've seen this card just take down decks.
You mean like that game we had last night where I got double crit?
Yeah.
Just wiped the floor with you.
Yes, it's I was using, was it my razors?
It was your razors.
Yeah,
you were at 2 damage, I was at 4. Double crit put you at 5. Next turn, break ride, Legion. Just boom, game.
Yeah, I can't, because I had 2 grade 0s in hand. There's no way I was going to guard Sinbuster. I would say that this is the only Legion deck where I see the break ride is an absolute necessity. So you need the break ride in order for this deck to be like as threatening as it can be. You want to scare the hell out of your
by no means need to get the break ride in order to use his effect or in order to be threatening with this deck, but if you get the break ride off,
you win.
Your opponent just cannot guard that turn.
Yeah,
they pretty much just cannot guard that turn.
Yeah. So a very good card. I don't know. Do you have anything more to put into Sinbuster?
No, I have nothing else to say. Just holy, Sinbuster, man.
Odds at a loss for words of just how amazing.
I just love both. I love this card and say fuck this card. It is so strong and is going to get bandwagoned so hard if people realize how it works.
Yeah. Hopefully that ruling will stay. Maybe they'll clarify it later. If it is the same...
Maybe they'll clarify it later. Maybe they won't. They probably won't because the wording states that you just need the booster.
Yeah, so I don't see how they could unless they specifically put a kind of target on this card for the ruling. But yeah, I think that's all I have to put into it.
And yeah, I don't think there's anything else left to say.
Freaking Sinbuster, man.
Freaking Sinbuster.
Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Thank Odd for hosting. That's really awesome of him.
Anyways, see you guys later.